A very good morning to all of you, dear students. How are you? I hope you are doing good in studies. Today we will continue block 13, that is India's constitution, and in that block we will talk about significance of the preamble. That preamble we have studied in previous video. Here, preamble to the constitution. So get ready with all these resources. Stationery, content book and notebook. I hope you are ready with all these items. So first we will quickly recap our previous videos. As this block has covered the purpose of a constitution, the historical process of drafting of the Indian constitution and the preamble to the Indian constitution. So children, it may be hard part to you to understand the significance of the features of the preamble to the Indian Constitution. So, today the aim of our lesson is to analyze the significance of the features as given in the preamble to the Constitution. So, today we will focus to understand why certain features such as sovereign, secular, socialist, democratic republic, equality, and justice were included in the preamble to the Indian Constitution. Okay, so first we will talk about keywords that we will use in today's lesson. The first word is sovereign. Sovereign means that India is an independent country, means related to India. The sovereign means possessing highest power or authority. So, India is an independent country and no foreign power can interfere in her internal and external matters. Then the word is socialist. So, socialist means equal distribution of wealth by giving equal opportunities to all. So, it means in preamble that our country aims at providing equal distribution of wealth by giving equal opportunities to all. And the word is equality. It means that all people should be treated equally, and in preamble it is written that equality means that every citizen shall enjoy equal rights and opportunities. There can be no discrimination against anyone in society based on caste, religion, or gender. The next word is justice. It means that all are equal before law. All persons must be treated equally, irrespective of their caste, religion, or gender. Both men and women will get equal pay for equal work, and nobody shall be forced to do a job that is unsuitable for their age and strength. Then the word is liberty. It means freedom. Every Indian citizen is free to enjoy some basic rights such as freedom of speech and expression, freedom to choose one's own religion, or freedom to move from one place to another. I hope all words are clear to you, and these words we will use in today's lesson. So now children, be ready with answer of these questions. As the first question is, what are some of the features of our constitution that we studied in previous video? The Indian Constitution came into force on 26th January 1950. It was drafted by a drafting committee headed by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. The Indian Constitution is the longest written constitution of the world. Then, what are some questions you still have on this topic? So, I already told you about some features of our constitution, and the preamble, which is an introduction to the constitution, declares India as a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic and ensures equality, justice, and liberty to all the citizens. So, children, pause the video and read the section Significance of the Preamble to understand the significance of the national goals and nature of our government as stated in the preamble. So open page 13. Okay? Then read significance of the preamble. And it is very important to understand this section and this block. Okay, children? Now, let's start our discussion. I hope you have read this section. Yes, children? So, we will talk about this section related to this section. My questions are related to this section. Okay, so get ready. What is the preamble? And why does the preamble begin with "we the people"? If you have read the section, the previous section, drafting of the Indian Constitution, what is written in starting in the preamble? We, the people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic and to secure to all its citizens. Okay? So the preamble is the introduction to the constitution. It states our national goals and describes the nature of our government. It tells us what we Indians believe in and what we aspire to achieve. The opening lines of the preamble state that the constitution is made by and for the people of India. This means that no other country can take any decisions on how India should be governed or decide what is right or wrong for us. These lines are particularly significant as they emphasize the freedom of Indians to choose and decide the rules, guidelines, and nature of the government and society, especially after having been ruled by the British for more than 200 years. It also indicates that the Constitution derives its authority from the citizens. Clear? It is clear that what is the preamble and why does the preamble begin with "we the people". Now, children, what does sovereign and socialism stand for? As I told you the meaning of sovereign and socialism. So, sovereign means that we are an independent nation and no foreign country can interfere in our internal and external matters. Prior to 1947, we were not a sovereign country because we were ruled by the British. After independence, it became important to include this feature in our preamble to emphasize our independence. And socialist means that there should be no division between the rich and the poor in society. Clear? Now the next question is, why are these features, sovereign and socialist, important? Our government seeks to promote equal distribution of wealth among all the citizens of the country. In order to achieve this goal and to ensure equality in society, the term socialist was included in the preamble. How do we know that India is a democratic republic? Think about this. How do we know? In India, people elect their leaders and also contest the elections. The head of the state is an elected president and not a hereditary king or queen. Prior to independence, the head of India was the British Queen, and for a long time, Indians did not have the right to vote. Initially, only the educated and the wealthy were allowed the right to vote in British India. But after independence, the constitution granted the right to vote to all adult citizens of the country, and the British Queen was no longer the head of our country. Hence, we became a democratic republic. Therefore, according to the constitution, someone like Dr. Kumar, about whom you read in an earlier lesson, cannot rule the country unelected or impose his rule upon us. Do you remember the story of Dr. Kumar? As we read in the previous video. What do the terms liberty and equality mean? Liberty means freedom or rights that all Indians must be entitled to. Rights are meaningless if they are not given to everyone, irrespective of caste, religion, or gender. Therefore, it is important that everyone is treated equally in society so that everyone is entitled to equal rights. Now, the next question is, why is it important to have equality in society? If there is no equality in society, some people will have more privileges than others, and this will create divisions in society. For example, if the constitution grants equal status to all, people belonging to so called lower castes cannot be discriminated against by those belonging to so called higher castes. Clear? Now, the question of the day. India is an independent country. It means that India is, so in the forms app that you will get from Schoolia, choose the correct word to fill this blank. Now, give the answer of this question. What does justice mean? And why is it necessary in society? So, what does justice mean? I told you about this. Justice means giving a fair treatment to everyone and treating everyone equally before the law. Having justice in society would mean that nobody is discriminated against by law. For example, if there is justice in society, everyone, rich or poor, will face the same punishment for violating laws. Clear? So I hope this section is clear to you. Okay. So what we have read in today's video, we learned about preamble and nature of preamble. What is the nature of preamble? What nature of government? So if you have read the section, you know nature of government: sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic, and republic. And what are national goals? National goals: equality, liberty, justice, and fraternity. Clear? Now, discussion question is, what are the 4 words that describe the nature of our state. So read the question properly and read the text, then easily you will give the correct answer. Okay, children? And the answer of yesterday's question, as I asked, when did the term socialist and secular were added to the preamble? And I said, don't read only the section secularism, read the previous sections of this video, of this block also. So the answer was there in page 11. Did you know? And the answer was the term socialist and secular were added to the preamble in the 42nd Amendment of the Indian Constitution. Okay, many of you have written the correct answer, and those who have written in 1976, it means that you searched in internet. So don't search in internet, as I asked every question from your content book. Every question means your assessment questions, your questions for the day, and this discussion questions. So only read the text, then you will get the answer. Okay, children? So I am very happy to see the increasing number of students in the comment section whose answers are correct. That's good. And if not, so no problem, that you are making, it shows that you are making all efforts. You are watching the videos, reading the text. It means you all are trying. And you know, those who are trying never give up. आपने सुना है ना, कोशिश करने वालों की कभी हार नहीं होती. So keep on reading the text and giving answers. You will benefit greatly from text reading. Your knowledge will increase so that you will be able to give answer of practice questions, additional questions, and workbook questions. And also you will bring 100% in question of the day and in the assessment. Yes, children? Okay. So now congratulations to these children. Shivansh Maurya, Anvesha, Anshita, Akshara, Jivika, Anukalp, Shubhraj Singh, Ratnesh, Sameep, Anmol, Mayank Soni, Shivansh Pratap, Anya Tripathi, Lakshya, Vanshika Singh, Alish Pal, Dhanvi Rastogi, Anamika Pal, Arya Chauhan, Indresh, Vanshika Singh and Agrika. Your answers were correct. Okay, so keep it up. And those whose answer they are only 2 or 3, no problem. Give answer of this question, correct answer. Okay, and send your answer till 5 p.m. Okay, children, then I will be able to announce your name in the video. So what you have to do, prepare the whole block 13, India's constitution, for block assessment. And your block assessment will be on Wednesday on 28 July and timing 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. And till that, you start reading the block 14, lesson plan 1, fundamental rights. Okay, children? Now, what you have to do? In the notebook, write answer of practice question 10 and additional questions 4, 5 and 6. So, complete your work today itself, because on the discussion day, we will discuss about all the question and answers of notebook and workbook. Till that, you complete your work. Then you can review your answer and edit your answer. Okay, children? Then in the additional question also, you complete the work. And in the content book learning chart, that do in the book only. Yes, and read the section Significance of the Preamble. Have a nice day. Bye bye and thank you.